Today I'm going to talk to you about accelerating your manifesting desires, because we're always manifesting, but I want to talk about something really special. It's a place I've been to more than once. You may have been there. You can actually go there here in this body right now. You can visit it. It will raise your frequency, take you into a space where you're going to see everything completely different. You will shift your thoughts. You'll cleanse your energy field. Would you like to go to the Crystal City? I'll show you how you can do it. Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. Are you ready to go to a space where all things are beautiful? It's a learning space. It's a space I've been to several times, and it looks just the same every single time. Now, I want you to think about this. When we are here in this super dense place, this planet, we have to lower our vibration really, really low in order to come into physical bodies. Higher entities, higher frequency entities, well, they don't have bodies because at that point they are just etheric beings. In order to be seen, they actually have to lower their frequency. This is dense, and this is takes a great toll on us as light beings, because we're having to experience the total opposite of what we are. How? Why? So that we can know that. Now, I don't want to wrap my head around all this because it's so way beyond human comprehension. I just know I'm here to be amazing and do my best and take every opportunity I can to be of great service to others. Because when I do that, I serve myself. And when I do that, and this is the key for you, amazing things will come to you. All kinds of manifestations, beautiful things, expansion, opportunities are going to come to you because you're no longer blaming the world, others, or in the negative low frequency thought. We get trapped in that. Now, in my Breakthrough Fear class, this is a big deal, and you have to practice every day. So what happens if you're stuck in, I call it the loop or the carousel, and you get on it and you're going round and round, you're not changing the thoughts, and what happens is we are so dense and unconscious much of the time, we don't even realize how many negative thoughts are flowing through our head every day. I'm going to give you a little technique. It's actually something I just tried a couple days ago, and I thought, this is very cool. I think that I can teach this to you and maybe help you shift like that. What do I mean by shift? When we go to a higher frequency, we are no longer tethered to the negative thoughts, the limiting reality that we've created through those thoughts. Illnesses, that's where illnesses occur. We never have to be sick here at all. We don't even have to cure ourselves anymore. When we go to high frequency, nobody gets sick anymore. And so we are in a space here where we're constantly being challenged, right? So what if there was a place that you could go to where all things are so beautiful and perfect, and you could shift out of that? And in other words, if I gave you this one space to focus on, you can, in reality, in real life, I'm not talking about illusion, you could actually shift your frequency, because frequencies are real. Only love is real, and frequencies, and that love is the highest frequency. Everything else is a choice in creation available to you because we have unlimited probabilities. Exploring, neither right nor wrong, but I suspect that you don't want to feel bad anymore, right? It doesn't feel good to have negative thoughts. And in fact, you realize, I'm doing this, I don't even realize it half the time. How do I get out of it? Well, I have visited a space, a city. I call it the Crystal City, although it's not all crystals. It has some beautiful buildings, very Roman looking, and every building has a very important purpose. The streets are level with water. And so it looks like the streets, the pathways are suspended in water. And on the sides of all of these pathways are small pools of water. Sometimes I see people in the water on their knees, splashing themselves and doing some kind of rituals. I also see groups of people going into various buildings, Roman-type buildings, in this beautiful crystal place that is self-lit. You can see the streets are lit, the buildings are lit, there's beautiful lights. It's basically a crystal city in another realm that's so advanced, in a higher realm that doesn't require bodies, but we do have them there. We can recognize each other that way, and we get to create that illusion of bodies. Now, this is a place where we are taught. I'm actually aware of that. There are entire libraries and classrooms. Actually, I've been in classrooms before and experienced that there are many, let's call them angels, that go there to learn new things and to understand how they can be of help in the other illusions and matrices going on out there. That's part of their assignment. When they're not in physical bodies, then we have the other beings that assist from the other side. They can never infringe on our free will. So if you would like to go to that space, I'll share with you one of my higher beings, I call them my masters, but when I say masters, I just don't know what the title is for this person. But I have 3 beings that I have met several times, sometimes while I'm awake during meditation, sometimes in the theta state of dreams. Very powerful place to be is theta. Now, he came to me one time, beautiful man, beautiful white robes. Of course, I'm creating all of this, but they work with you there in your beliefs and what's going to be most effective for you. So we go to this beautiful space, the Crystal City, and I know that we're in some place amazing and that all things are possible. And I see all these groups of people all over the place doing cool things like learning and congregating and just wonderful community type of beautiful space. And this is where he asked me, this is just when I was quitting investment banking, he said, "Why did you come down here to be with us?" I was getting ready to go into one of the buildings to manifest some pretty cool stuff. And he said, "Are you ready?" I said, yeah, this is great. I can go. I believe I can create anything. And he said, "Before you go in, why did you come down here to be with us?" Come down here to be with us? What, am I an alien? Probably, but isn't everybody? And I realized that he had unconditional love for everyone, and I got to experience that through him. When I touched his robe, everyone was unconditionally loved by me in a way that I'd never experienced before. People that I didn't know, millions of people I saw up in the mountains just wandering around. And I thought, wow, it's time for me to get to work. And then I started doing this and guiding people and realizing this is something that I have knowledge of and I needed to share it. Quit investment banking. I've been a spiritual teacher ever since, and I have guided people. But this place that exists, everyone can go to. Now, let's say you're in the middle of your day and we are in a low vibration. You're not going to get out of that. You're going to be tested all the time. And I just did a video that when you go into a lightened state, it doesn't mean you're going to stay there because you have free will here. So if you decided not to stay in that state and you want to go the dark side, again, you could do it. Therefore, we have to practice all the time, all right? Practice is crucial. What happens when you're dealing with the chatter, and you just don't know what to do and you're not even conscious of it? I have a little practice for you. See if this works because it's amazing. In the Crystal City, there are no negative thoughts. In the Crystal City, you're connected to your highest possible thoughts, love and compassion, but you don't analyze or judge anything. It just exists that way. You're not looking at different situations or he did that or she did that and I'm supposed to love that person. You don't even go in that space. You just know that it's equal for everyone unconditionally. And you go into that space. But here's what happens during the daytime. If you can imagine seeing the Crystal City in the clouds, the beautiful Crystal City, you will actually experience that energy field. Now this is going to sound a little out there. Give it a try. I've been doing it, and it's super powerful. It's because I have a very busy day too, and I have to stay in touch with that space. Keep your meditations up, but the unconsciousness that goes on all day that takes you into the negative thoughts, this is why I have my free mobile app. You guys come over and get it. What am I manifesting? Disrupts those negative thoughts. Now I have you go to a higher thought, but what if you went to the Crystal City? What if you imagined the crystal city where all your needs are met, where there's nothing but love, where there are no problems or arguments or sides or separation, and diversity is celebrated, and you just experience that whole feeling of light, and that you can't even imagine a negative thought or judgment against anybody. It doesn't even work with that vision of the crystal city. And the crystal city is where we learn. So if you imagine that you're in the crystal city, you know that whatever I'm doing right now, I have to make the highest possible choice, starting with my thoughts. I have to change the story. I have to go into the space where there are no problems. There are only tests and solutions. And I'm going to participate in that as the student that I am here. Would you like to go to the crystal city? I've visited many times. It's where we learn. So it's not going to heaven or anything. It's a space out there. A crystal city in another dimension. It's so perfect. It's where beings come in to clear their energies, to go into learning mode, to study, to work together, to manifest new things and create those new scenarios that they're going to go to meet their new teachings that they agree to go into. That's why you're here. You were in the crystal city once, and you agreed that there was something you were going to do when you came here. You can visit the crystal city anytime. Go there during the daytime. Just imagine the beautiful crystal city and connect to it, and you will find it very difficult to have a negative thought. In fact, you will realize that there's no reason to ever have a negative thought or limiting thought, and that all things are possible there. All of your needs are met. There's nothing to ever worry about or fear. And in the crystal city, you don't ask questions. You just participate in the giving and the love. Are you ready to go there? Give this a try. Tell me what you think, if it works for you, but you have to go into that space. You have to really focus on it, and that you participate in it. It's like your higher self. Your higher self never leaves you. It is always here. It's just in a more, let's just say, not unconscious state, but a subconscious state, so that you can function as a human student and learn for yourself what you need to move past. Break habits, disruptors. The same mind that caused the problem cannot solve the problem. You have to change your thinking. What is it you want to solve in your life now? Are there any negative thoughts or limiting thoughts? Imagine yourself in the crystal city. You're walking around and everybody loves and accepts you. And all they do is contribute toward your advancement here as this perfect being, never making a mistake, but contributing in a way that you never imagined, and things will start to come to you. You're going to manifest things, opportunities, people will call you, things that you never imagined. I had one of my students, congratulations, by the way, you know who you are, who broke through fear in my Breakthrough Fear class. You guys want to, I have a free master class for 1 hour you can check out. And she broke through the fear. She experienced it, but she broke past the past behavior that was keeping her in a holding pattern. She quit her job, and she got one right away with a group that absolutely loves her for more money. These are the things that you can do. Now this is free. This is from me, a video series. And one of the first things you're going to get is a free webinar to some great guys that are helping people to own homesteads, off-grid properties, even if they have no money, and how they can create cash flow from it while they're living an amazing life. What's your dream? Is that your dream? I mean, we seriously have had hundreds of people all over this and implementing this plan. These guys did it. They got out of the rat race, and they're showing it can be done. They're helping other people. So that'll be the first thing you get. And plus you'll get my mobile app, What Am I Manifesting? The Disruptor. 5 times a day it stops you right in the middle of whatever you're doing and asks you, what am I manifesting? And I have a little talk with you with a little bit of music. That's free. You can sign up for that here. And then I will give you tools to manifest anything. Everything from how you work and earn, relationships, your thinking, meditation, all kinds of cool tools, both courses that I've created and all kinds of free stuff that I share with you. This Those are free videos, and they help people to create online businesses. We're taking charge. I'm seeing amazing things happen out there. I promise you, amazing things are happening. And people are taking responsibility and finding solutions instead of blaming and pointing fingers and getting caught up in the separation and anger. No more. Going to the Crystal City. It's where all things are beautiful and perfect, and there's a solution for everyone and a blessing for everyone. Healings and miracles, everything happens there that you can possibly imagine, but it's a place where we transform. Go there, take a rest, clear the mind, the anger, whatever it is you're feeling, the fear. Come on over, join me. I'll help you get past all these barriers. It's a new world, my friend. And you can go into it. I hope to see you there. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you. Namaste.